And I didn't want to be like, and I'm Serge because there's no connection. So I just say, I'm Mr. Loading Ready Run. Hello and welcome to North 100 Showdown, a Canadian Highlander throwdown. My name is Serge. Today on tech we got a Ben.
Hi, I am a Ben.
And joining me all the way from Wizards of the Coast, we have the one and only Gavin Verhey.
Hey everyone, so glad to be here and excited to throw down some Canadian Highlander.
Oh, I am stoked to have you here, friend.
I'm very excited. I've always loved this format. I love one-on-one singleton. I obviously do a lot with Commander, but I have a long history of playing one-on-one singleton formats, so this is very much my jam, and I am stoked to play today.
Hell yeah.
There was a format when I was growing up in Phoenix, Arizona called Type Dan Gray. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
So it's so fascinating, right? There was this long history of all these different kinds of singleton formats.
Sure.
Of just like, this region had this singleton format, this region had this singleton format. And while some people were playing like 255 color, I was playing Type Dan Gray, which had some very archaic rules around how many cards of each color you needed in your deck. You were 150 cards. It was a strange time, but eventually, you know, that subsided, but there was a special time in my life. I still have my Type Dan Gray deck at home. So anyway, there's many different kinds of singleton, but I feel like in the world, you should be very proud, because in the world, I feel like all singleton is condensed into basically 3 kinds of singleton. Commander, which of course everyone has heard of. Canadian Highlander, which is what we're playing today, and then Australian Highlander, of course the arch nemesis to, or 7 point, the arch nemesis to Canadian Highlander. And that's pretty good to be one of the 3 standing singleton formats. So.
And we have to give a shout out to Cube, obviously.
Which is, you know, it's not a constructed format, but it's kind of like a constructed format.
Roughly what year was this Dan Gray? Was that
Dan Gray, I played this in like the early 2000s.
Interesting. Okay.
And it was named after a guy named Dan Gray.
I didn't know if it was named after a card or something like that.
Nah, it was a tournament organizer in like the California, Phoenix area. But it was popular there. But yeah, all dead. No Dan Gray anymore. It's all Canadian Highlander all the way down.
All right, real quick, before we get into the gameplay, let's talk about our sponsors. I want to say thank you very much to Card Kingdom. If you see any cards you want to buy today, cardkingdom.com/LRR. It's the affiliate code that lets them know that we sent you. If you got good cards, get good sleeves, Dragon Shield. You can use LRRMTG 5 for 5% off your checkout. Do it. You deserve good sleeves. And of course...
Especially if you're sleeving these kind of decks.
Oh my God,
you're going to want good sleeves.
And everything we do is brought to you by you with your support of the Patreon over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to see our deck lists, if you want to see more information about the format, if you want to ask questions, concerns, play the game, hit us up in the comments and description down below.
You know who else would like to see this deck list? Me. Because today, I asked for this. To be clear, I asked for this. I have a deck that I know nothing about. I do not know what is in this box.
Correct.
I don't know a single card that is inside this box. It was handcrafted by the one, the only, Ben Wheeler.
You're going to get Wheelered. I'm just going to let you know this right now. I hope you like German foils.
I do. I love German foils. I love foreign cards, actually, legitimately. I collected Japanese cards for a very long time.
Oh, fantastic.
So I don't know if I will know every card in this deck, but we're going to find out together.
Sure. So Gavin gave us a challenge of, I want something control-y or combo-y, and I want to try and figure it out. So we presented this to you. And maybe let's play a game of connections. I'm going to give a color, and we'll see if you want to try and guess into it.
Okay.
So first off, we, of course, have blue. Would you like to take a guess of what your deck would be, only knowing the color blue?
Does it have any storm elements?
It does not have storm.
Does it have counter spells?
It does have counter spells.
Okay. Does it have cards with suspend?
I don't believe so, no.
Have fairies?
It might have one fairy, but probably not.
Okay. All right, so that's some blue stuff.
Second color. The second color is green.
Ooh, exciting.
A very classic control color, the color green.
Does it have ramp?
Yes.
That seems likely, yes.
Yeah.
Does it have bounce lands?
No, not as common in this format.
No, I know there's obviously Wasteland makes that not great, but as a Primeval Titan, maybe you're doing something there, right?
Sure.
Does it have colorless cards that cost 6 or more mana?
It does not.
Okay, so we're not ramping into like Eldrazi or Ugin or whatever. Okay, that's exciting.
All right. It has red.
Okay, that little teamer action, that's cool. Does it have wheels?
It does not.
Does it have burn spells?
Yes.
Does it have board sweepers in red?
Probably, but I'm not 100%.
Okay, all right.
You might have one. They're not that common.
Okay. Again. That's cool. All right. Any other colors?
No.
Okay, I thought we were going to go through all 5. It also has white. It also has black. All right, cool. Teamer.
Would you like to hazard a guess?
Temur, it's got ramp, it's got counter spells, and it doesn't have storm cards, which is interesting. Does it have? Is it built around a 2-card combo?
Yes.
Is it a Splinter Twin situation?
It is not.
Okay. I just want to find out then.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. There's so many possible options.
Scapeshift.
Okay, Scapeshift.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah,
That's fun.
I'd say that's a 2-card combo,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Scapeshift and Valakut.
I call Scapeshift a 1-card combo.
Oh, sure.
Because you cast Scapeshift and then the game is over.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's fair.
Okay,
That's
exciting.
fair.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. So you're on just big Scapeshift, and I don't want to give you any more details.
Yeah.
But
It's good to know that I'm searching for the card Scapeshift.
So I do have to spoil you on one card in your deck.
Okay.
Because what we do for the audience's perspective is we introduce our points.
Got it.
As
Yes,
part
of
of
course.
And so your points are at 1 point, Mana Drain.
Great choice.
At 2 points, Mystical Tutor. At 5 points, Time Walk.
Okay, I like extra turns.
Yeah, and then you have the One Ring and Tameo as well.
Blue, mono, blue, or whatever. Blue on the front side, blue, green on the back side,
Yeah.
Tameo. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I was like, certainly no other Tameo could have any points associated with it. So, all right. 5 mana Tameo seems safe.
Yeah. And then we decided for today, a really interesting matchup would be that I am on Dimir Ninjas.
Okay.
So I'm on
You know, Serge, I have a long history with Dimir Ninjas.
I did not know this. No.
I won a PTQ playing Dimir Ninjas when not a single person in the room was playing Dimir Ninjas. It was
Fascinating.
It was extended. It was 4 Ninja the Deep Hours and 4 Spell Stutter Spray, and my big card no one else was playing 4 copies of Abyssal Persecutor, which you attack with, and then you ninja back to your
Yeah.
hand. Got him.
Oh man,
Didn't lose a match.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So anyway, I love Blue Black Ninjas.
I'm not on the Abyssal Persecutor, unfortunately.
You have one
Yeah.
slot. It's got to fit in there. Come on, one slot, no problem.
In the 99, why not? Right?
It's not pointed.
Yeah. No.
Unbelievable.
No. The big demons with downside are not that seen in the format.
What
In
would that
fact,
usually be?
none of the ninjas you mentioned are in this deck.
There's no Ninja the Deep Hours.
So Wheeler suggested that one. I don't have a copy of it, so I'm not playing Ninja the Deep Hour, which is a little
Everything
tragic.
else, you're like Mox, no problem. Into the Deep Hours, impossible. Cannot be
That
acquired.
is very classic for long-time enjoyers of this format. That will have a lot of like weirdo
Yeah.
expensive cards, but not like a 25-cent common.
Have you tried Card Kingdom? There's a great. there's a great store local to Seattle that I love. I can always do some trades with them. It's good.
Interesting. So my strategy is disruption.
Yeah.
Both proactive disruption with hand attack and reactive disruption with like flash threats and counter spells and stuff like that. And my points are, I've got the blue Mox, I've got the black Mox, I have Reanimate, Psychic Frog, Treasure Cruise, and I'm also running Tameo.
Okay, very good. Now I'm curious. As someone that plays less Canadian Highlander,
Sure.
Is that normal? Do you normally tell your points before the match? No, right?
In a tournament, it's normally afterwards. What
Right.
you would do is you would points check
Okay.
your opponent.
But not beforehand.
But not
right? 'Cause
beforehand,
That's a
no.
pretty big deal if you're saying all your points in advance, right?
yeah. No, this is just for the exhibition.
Cool.
All right, we're going to have to give your deck a good shuffle.
Yeah, I'm excited to shuffle it. I want to see as few cards as possible, so I'm going to shuffle it face down. I have been told in advance to not riffle shuffle this deck, so I will be kind and courteous.
And there are a couple of spare sleeves in the box, yeah.
Perfect.
I've set aside your tokens to the side as well.
Very good. I don't want to know what those are.
Yeah,
but
I put them face down for you.
But I know one has an Innistrad on the back, so I can
All
begin
right.
to take some fun guesses.
I'm really curious. So why go in blind?
I love it. One of my favorite things in the world is playing a deck where I know nothing about it.
Interesting.
I love it being surprised. I just really enjoy not knowing what I'm about to play. One of my all-time favorite PTU stories is not from me, but it's from my friend. He wanted to go in blind. He's like, just hand me a deck, write down the whole deck registration. My dream is to play my first round knowing nothing about my deck. And so someone did that. They registered the whole deck for him, wrote the whole thing down. He handed in the paper. He drew his first hand not knowing what he was playing. And he was playing Living End, so
my
which he had never played before.
yeah, great.
And-
Yeah.
And then he top 8 at the PTQ. It was an incredible Seattle PTQ story. And anyway, that always stuck with me. But I love a little bit of mystery. I love not knowing.
Sure.
I love just having a surprise around every corner. And of course, look, we're going to play best out of 3.
Yeah.
By game 2, I'll know what's going on. Also, things in this format get spoiled quickly because of fetch lands. I'm going to crack
Sure.
a fetch land, and come on,
Yeah,
it's a green deck with a
you're gonna
ramp. I'm
ripple
going to look
through
at my
it, yeah.
deck very quickly.
Yeah.
But just for my opening hand, first time
Sure.
drawing 7, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm so excited about it. Obviously a very different singleton format, but of course I play a lot of Commander as the
Yeah.
guy that helps manage that format. And when I go to a convention, a fun fact about me, this might sound similar to what we're doing today, is I don't bring any decks with me. People are like, what are you bringing
Love
to
it.
MagicCon?
Love it.
I'm like, I don't bring any decks, because what I will do is I'll sit down at a table and I will ask to borrow a deck. I'm just like, hand me a deck, I don't care what it is, and I always try and shuffle. I mean, I know the Commander, obviously,
Sure,
because that's how
sure,
the format
sure,
works,
sure.
but I always try and shuffle, draw my opening hand, not knowing what's in there, and just play because I find that really fun and enjoyable. So we're doing our own little version of that today. Now, this is a little less forgiving in Commander when they're like, oh, he doesn't know what is going on. We won't attack him for a few turns. Not going to happen here. I'll be getting it attacked by all your ninjas.
Yeah, yeah. The clock that I'm going to be presenting is hopefully a little bit faster in this format. So,
and of course, 20 life.
Yeah.
101 20 life goes a little differently, I would say. I'm going to give this deck a nice, good shuffle because you said it was all sorted in advance, right? And wouldn't want to draw things out of in the wrong order here. But I think it's about that time. Stack this up nice and tall. Whoop.
Yeah, these brand new sleeves as well. Good luck, friend.
Yeah, you too.
Press it down for you.
All right, this is it, the opening hand. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it to be totally mana screwed. It's gonna be great.
I'd be like, and I need them all.
4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. Ooh. So, see, everyone at home, this is why I just look at this hand and I'm like, it could be good. I have no idea. It's exciting.
Would you like to high roll?
Oh, yeah, sorry, we should have done that in advance, but we're both going to choose the play if we win the roll, so.
6. Less
3.
than 6.
I will play first.
And it's a keep?
I'm thinking about it. I'm definitely thinking about it. I don't think this is the strongest hand. I really don't. But I hate going to 6 cards. All right, let's give it a try. Try.
I'll keep as well.
All right, you ready?
Good luck.
Yes, you as well. Here we go. Ketria Triumph. Go ahead.
I'm really curious to see what that opening hand was. I'm going to start with the Gataxian
Actually,
Pro.
I was going to say we can take a picture for later, but we're not going to need to do that.
Yeah. We just get to show everybody what this keep
Here's the
was,
opening
right?
hand. It's a little sketchy of a key because it's a little slow, but I've got the good old Heckin' Labyrinth, which is the blue-green tap land.
Yep.
For 2 drops, we've got Thunder Trap Trainer and Traumatic Critique, and then we've got Solve the Equation, Invert Polarity, and Time Warp. So a little on the slow side, only 2 lands, but I do have these guys I can cast starting on turn 3. This is going to help me find more lands, so that's why I decided to hold it. Also, this finding Scapeshift, I was like, it's probably worth it because that's such a critical card for this deck to find. But obviously, in a green deck, in a Scapeshift deck, you're going to need to hit your land drop, so I'm really counting on this card to help get me there.
This creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library, you may reveal a non-creature, non-land. Interesting. Yeah, okay, I can see, the risk there. All right, I'm going to draw off.
Now, normally, in Magic, because we're kind gentlemen, I would play with my hand face up from here on out. Is that going to be bad for the camera?
That's fine.
Okay, so it's just often thing I like to do as like a courtesy to my opponent.
Yeah.
Just, hey, you don't need to write your cards down. They're face up.
We're going to go with a Flooded Strand.
I bet you will.
I'm going to pass to you.
All right, leaving the Flooded Strand up, I'm going to untap and I will draw. It's time for the Heckin' Labyrinth to make an appearance. I will Surveil 1. And I'm going to leave that there card right on top of my library. Go
All
ahead.
right, end step, I'm going to crack down to 17. I'm going to get my own Surveil land here.
Yep, great move. The fetch into Surveil just really changed the game so much. Right? The fact your fetch lands can turn into a little bit of extra card flow or card selection is really nice.
The Surveil lands are quickly becoming the best lands ever printed, kind of.
Really strong, which is wild, right? If you compare Surveil lands to Scry lands,
yes.
You're like, oh, they're not that different. But the land types, and putting the card in the graveyard, huge.
Yeah, no, it's unreal.
The land types make a big difference.
Fetches, original duels, Surveil. That is my official ranking at this point. Like even above the Ravnica duels.
Wow, that is very impressive. But honestly, I think you're about right. Where do you put the Triumphs in that? Because obviously 3 colors is a pretty big deal.
The Triumphs are up there. I think I'd put Verges above Triumphs.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to cut before Surveil?
No, you're good.
I'm going to put this basic island away.
So you milled an island, which kind of tells me a bit of information. Serge has enough lands. He doesn't feel like he needs lands right now.
Yeah. We're going to go for another Surveillance Pass.
Okay. I'm going to untap and draw. And I think what we're going to do is I'm going to play out this Xander's Lounge.
You got the 3rd land.
Got the 3rd land. So it's the kind of thing where like that surveilling gives you a little bit of information, right? Because I left it on top. I'm missing a 3rd land. What am I going to leave on top? Probably a land, right? This is going to play tap land though, so I will just pass the turn from here.
Yeah. The Triumphs are really interesting in your deck too, because obviously the mountain count is very important.
Right.
In your end step, I'm going to crack.
Right. This is a singleton format, and the whole deck strategy revolves around being able to Scapeshift and kill in one hit, which means you need a lot of mountains to be able to do that. But you don't want to play many mountains in your deck. So how do you accomplish that? It's these dual lands. But unlike other formats, you can only play 1 copy of each dual land. So you have to do a very careful balancing act to make it all work. So this deck does not really have any black cards, but Xander's Lounge is important for that reason.
Yeah, the magic number is 8 mountains, I believe.
Right. Yep,
and assuming I'm going to do some damage to myself, looks at 16
Yes,
and not
yeah.
a creature on the board.
Fetch lands, Gitaxian Probe, it'll do.
All right, so this is still end step. I have a Wan Shi Tong.
Oh, so that card will mean when I shuffle my library, you get to draw a card, huh?
Yep, and make it bigger.
And make it bigger. Now, interesting, I have this Dramatic Critique. Yeah, that resolves. I have this Dramatic Critique, so you know I can kill it off on a future turn, which is interesting if I choose to walk down that path.
I'm going to do the dirtbag thing. I got a Wasteland.
No, that's fine. That's how the format works.
Yeah. And I'm going to cut your Triumph.
All right, I'm going to respond by floating a red mana.
Yeah. And go to combat.
All right, inside this phase, I am indeed going to cast Traumatic Critique for X equals 0, just to draw 2 cards and discard a card.
That's fine.
All right, I will draw 2 cards, and then I will choose to discard a card. I feel like we're a little, trying to figure out what I'm going to discard. I feel like we're a little bit behind. We're going to just be like, and that Wan Shi Tong's in play now. We're going to be kind of doing a lot of tapping to cast our spells. I think I'm going to go ahead and discard. It's either for me this Invert Polarity, which is a little on, like I don't know if I'm going to be leaving a lot of mana up, or this Thundertrap Trainer. Even though this does shuffle and would trigger Wan Shi Tong, I think finding that
win
Scapeshift
button,
is going to be pretty darn important. So it's either the Trainer or the Invert Polarity for me. And I think I'm going to discard this Trainer and leave up the Polarity. All right, this goes into my graveyard.
All right, hit you for 1.
I take 1.
First blood.
19.
Go.
Oh, first blood, Mr. at 16, okay. I'll untap and I'll draw a card. Oh, interesting. I drew
Miracles?
a miracle, and I think I would like to cast this Temporal Mastery. I'll try and take another turn after this one. Now, obviously, you could counter it very easily.
Yeah, I think it's fine, honestly. I'm not too worried about you.
Right,
it's an Explore at this point.
Right, if I even have lands to play,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Which I do have a land to play, that's the good news. The bad
Fetch
news
land.
is it's a fetch land, so it's a little more iffy facing down Wan Shi Tong, but that's fine. That's going to be my turn, though, so
Yeah.
I'll take my second turn here, and I will now draw a Magic the Gathering card.
Yeah, it's going to shock you that the blue deck might have counter magic.
I know. We're really learning something here. Okay, fascinating. I really hate giving you cards off Prismatic Vista.
Yeah, with the Wan Shi Tong, yeah.
Yeah, that's not...
This card's so good.
It is a huge new card. All right, I am going to start... Let's just start here. Seems like a fine place to begin. We'll start with a little Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Gorgeous Brainstorm.
Oh.
Foil Mercadian Masks. Those are hard to come by. I'm looking for these for my cube right now, so if you out there have an extra one, you let me know. Let your boy Gavin know. All right.
And he only just recently got it signed because the artist hadn't been making con appearances
Yes.
for a very long time.
I know people got this signed at MagicCon Las Vegas just the other week.
Yeah.
Okay. That Wan Shi Tong, definitely going to be a little annoying. So
But to me, it's... Oh, we like... But to me, it's a good card.
yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'm going to put...
If you want to, at this point with a Brainstorm, you can hide your hand.
Yeah.
Because technically, I don't know if
You
you're
don't know how to
tucking
put
it.
back.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair. I was trying to do it for the audience's sake, but you all know by now. You can screenshot it, write it down if you really care.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
I'll
but-
put these back on top of my library.
And then, if I really wanted to, I could write it down, but, I'm not supposed to know. It's not as public at this point.
And then we're going to try this. Here's a little, maybe a way to help out against the Wan Shi Tong. I will play Caracas.
Oh, we don't like that.
Now,
I'm regretting this wasteland now.
Now you can keep recasting Wan Shi Tong if drawing cards if you have enough mana, but you can't really do that quite yet. And I think at this juncture, I am content to simply pass the turn.
Fascinating. Draw. The wasteland, when I have the perfect information, I see how mana starved you are.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could really tax you, and then you play a value land, and there's always a gamble on the Singleton Wasteland in this format, right?
And Strip Mine is pointed or is not pointed?
Strip Mine is pointed.
Right, so I would know if you Strip Mine in your deck. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think my life total is going to matter that much in this matchup. I'm going to go down to 14.
All right.
I'd like to go to attacks.
You may attack.
Hit you for 1.
Here, hit me for 1. I think now is a fine time to just preserve my life total a little bit, and I will activate Caracas, targeting Wan Shi Tong.
Annoying.
It's 1 damage, you know?
Yeah.
It's 1 damage, Michael. How much could it possibly be?
All right.
All right, back in the hand it goes.
Yeah. I'll
All right.
pass.
All right, very good. I will untap my Magic the Gathering cards, and I am going to, in my upkeep, sacrifice Prismatic Vista.
Yeah. I'd like to, in response, flash in a Wan Shi Tong.
Interesting. So you will flash in Wan Shi Tong. And I believe I would like to respond to you flashing in Wan Shi Tong. And I believe what I would like to do is respond by paying 2 Magic the Gathering mana. I think these 2 Magic the Gathering mana. It's interesting. So, I mean, I have a counterspell in my hand.
Yeah.
I could counterspell the Wan Shi Tong, which will hopefully get it gone for good. I can also just keep Karakasing it back and forth. But I kind of don't want to like start drawing cards with it. And I might have to start targeting other things, and I'm going to want to start tapping low. So I am just going to go with the mana leak here, but I'm going to leave up the Karakas in case for some reason he has a way to counter my mana leak, so I can still get it off the table.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, mana leak on Wan Shi Tong resolves. Maybe that's the wrong move, but whatever. I really want to do that though because I want to shuffle away the top cards in my library. Right? I know what they are. I put 2 lands back on top. And
you're so rich for lands now.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Now, Prismatic Vista is 1 life, is that
That
correct?
is 1 life, yeah.
Okay.
So I just wanted to shuffle those away, and maybe I'll draw another land, but I definitely don't want 2 lands on top, and I would like the chance to draw some other cards. So we'll see what kind of happens here. But Brainstorm's one of the hardest cards to play in any format, especially with fetch lands. It's so hard to play correctly, and in Canadian Highlander, that's no exception, right? Whenever someone plays an end-step Brainstorm, usually like my heart dies a little inside, right? Just like turn 1, Brainstorm, like no, don't do that, don't do that. That's the wrong move.
You don't like the end step Brainstorm.
Yeah, you gotta.
There's the old joke. What's the most powerful sorcery in Magic the Gathering?
Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You just want to do it and then have a shuffle effect at the ready. You can do it at the end step, but you need to have a shuffle effect ready. That's the critical part to me. All right, now I'll do that. I'll pull this back and I'll draw a new Magic card.
Gavin is suggesting some people out there are brainstorming wrong.
I have, and I will continue to suggest that some people are brainstorming incorrectly. Okay, very interesting. I definitely have some options right here, but I think I'm just going to try this option because it looks pretty spicy. I'm going to play Mystic Sanctuary untapped because I control 3 islands. Thanks, Triumphs. And I will put Temporal Mastery on. Excuse me, this gets exiled.
Oh, you can't redo that. Do you want to take back your land play?
Yeah, let me think about that for a second. Perhaps that's not the move I choose to make. Do I want any of these? All the cards in my graveyard are now substantially less tempting. All right, so these are untapped. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to try going for this. I'll play a Wooded Foothills.
Yeah.
I'm going to crack this Wooded Foothills. I'm just going to take 1 old damage here. Now, it's interesting. I don't know what the mana requirements of my deck are, but my guess is I don't need the red that much, so I'm going to go for a forest. I guess I need a double green card. And now, maybe it's risky into your untapped 1 mana, but I do want to try this. I'm going to play Solve the Equation to try and search for an instant or sorcery. And I'll shuffle if that gets countered, but if it resolves, I'm not going to shuffle because I'm just going to shuffle again.
No, that's fine.
It resolves?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I don't know what I'm doing, but I just feel like this has to be the card to go
Go
find.
get Scapeshift?
I could be wrong about this. It is possible there's actually a better card in the deck to find at this juncture, like a big draw spell or whatever, but I don't want to think about it. I'm just going to get this. I definitely don't want to look at more cards in my deck because that would leave me too much information. So I'm just going to solve the equation and pass back to you. Now, you're playing blue-black. You might have all manner of discard spells, a lot of ways to help fight off a Scapeshift in my hand. And the magic number is 7, so I'm not even at the right number of lands yet to make Scapeshift quite work.
Ooh.
And I will offer to cut if you like.
Very frustratingly missed a land drop.
Yes.
But I do have an unearth.
Okay.
We're going to bring back the Wan Shi Tong.
Wan Shi Tong is back.
So I traded your counterspell for my unearth.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass.
Well, I hope you like Wan Shi Tong being in your hand because he might be back there again. All right, I'm going to untap here and let's try this on for size. You have 2 mana untapped. And I think it's an interesting choice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play this Odawara from my hand.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get up to the activation here, although I could be wrong about that. I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right into your 2 mana. We'll see what you do. I'm going to attempt to cast Time Warp. I'll target myself. You could always misdirection it. You know.
I have a mana leak.
All right, mana leak. My mana has been leaked.
Yeah.
Goes to the graveyard.
Yeah, as you're getting closer to Scapeshift, and I know you have Scapeshift in hand, I can't just let you have that turn for free.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I will go ahead and pass to you.
Yay! Another land.
4th land. He's
Tropical
ready to go.
Island, yeah.
Got his green ready to go.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the green for?
Deathrite Shaman.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah. 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 You know that classic blue-black staple,
Yeah.
Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah.
Your Caracas is very annoying. I'd like you to know.
I agree with you. It is honestly on my short list of more annoying cards. This is a weird card, and it only really gets better the more sets are released these days.
Sure.
Because there's so many legends around that are often
Yeah.
strong in making decks that, man, and Cube, this card has been a house. Like, I played red-white decks that, I've got Ragavan. You're like, all right, Caracas hit. You're like, all right, well, that's a problem.
I attack.
I will choose to take the damage.
Ooh, pass.
Bloodthirst is active. All right, now this is interesting. I think, though, I will choose at the end of your turn to return Washington to your hand.
Yep.
All right, I will untap, and I will draw my card. All right. You have 4 mana untapped. Well, this is a bit of a risk, but what are we if not down for a little risk? 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a Scapeshift.
I'd like to cast a Force of Will,
Very nice.
and I'm going to exile a Subtlety.
Wow, so you pitched a free counterspell to your free counterspell.
Well, this counterspell doesn't hit Scapeshift. And
That's true.
I don't think you got a lot of creatures, so
All right.
I opted to keep the other cards in my hand. So yeah, Force of Will is on the stack.
All right, well, you know I have this,
Yeah.
so I will invert polarity your Force of Will. Now, for all you out there, you might be wondering, well, what happens if I gain control of the Force of Will? Magic rules are kind of weird in that if I gain control of it and choose new targets for it, that is still while invert polarity is resolving, and I can change the target of Force of Will to invert polarity, which I know sounds like nonsense,
Yeah.
and it kind of is, but that is how magic works.
All right, I only have 1 out, so invert polarity is going to work.
Okay, so we're going to flip a coin.
Yep. I mean, on
Doesn't really matter, but do it for the time.
Even as heads, odds is tails.
All right. It's even. So I will gain control of Force of Will, and I will have it target invert polarity.
Not Scapeshift?
Fascinating.
All right. My second active business, I have 1 out,
Okay.
which is I flash and Washington.
All right. Flash and Washington.
So what's going to happen is you're going to search,
Yes.
and I'm going to pray that the top card of my deck is a Stifle, and I can Stifle Valakut.
Stifle one of the Valakut triggers.
Is it just the one?
Right?
It
Because
is
they
just
all
the one.
trigger individually. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
that resolves?
yeah.
I believe my choice is to sacrifice all 7 of my lands.
Yeah.
That sounds correct.
We have a search trigger.
And I will find Valakut and a bunch of mountains. Ooh, these surveil lands are going to come in big handy here.
Yeah, we have to make sure you have enough mountains.
Yes, right. Which honestly is the thing you have to check in a format like this, right? Like you can't be too sure. 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
I'll find all these, and I will get 6 triggers on Valakut.
I did not get there.
I'll target them all at your face.
Okay, yeah. The other card I had in hand, this is my hand for a while. I had this this Plume Creed Escort, and I was
Yeah.
trying to find a window of opportunity where you Caracas it, and I get the double pressure.
Yeah.
But you played the Caracas very, very well, very patiently. And I had Spell Snare for a little bit more of an interesting counterbalance. But yeah, I don't know, I had Mana Leak as well.
Right, you had the snap
But
caster
I
Mana
feel
Leak.
like I had to. No, this is what I drew off the one.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I feel like I mean, Mana Leaking the Time Lock was really tough, right? Because it put me in a bad position.
Right.
But I feel like I couldn't just let you have that extra turn anyways. And then I had the 1 counter spell. I had the Spell Snare. You had the Invert Polarity. So it was a little bit tough there.
Did you ever consider reanimating my Thundertrap Trainer? I know that's kind of a strange choice, but maybe if you just feel like you need to stock up on counterspells, that could be something.
Yeah, that could have been better. I mean, I was
Because you didn't really have a lot going on with the reanimate at the time.
No, and the Wanchi Tong into the Caracas is really awkward. So there's a very classic dilemma in Highlander of do you wasteland early to try and catch your opponent when they're stumbling? which is what I went for there.
Well, and I think you made absolutely the correct choice.
Sure.
Right? Like, you only know I have a few lands. I'm low
Sure.
on mana. This is a deck that requires a bunch of lands
Yep.
to be able to kill people. So I think you made the right choice, and it just didn't really work out in your favor, right? You ended up being starved on mana, ironically, and I drew a brainstorm that found 3 lands, so it was
Interesting.
kind of the perfect thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the counter fight there. So if I don't mana leak your time lock, I go into that that turn with mana leak up and spell snare and force. And maybe that's better. Maybe countering that time lock doesn't actually matter all that much.
Yeah, as it turns out, the time warp was kind of mediocre for me.
Sure.
I would be happy if it resolved, but I was not that stoked about it because I didn't have a great follow-up. So it might have been right to do that, and then you just hold the counter spells for the Scapeshift and such like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, the turn where I unearthed Wan Shi Tong, I could have reanimated your friend as well.
Yeah.
For a little bit more like hand disruption. I mean, honestly.
Right. So if you find the thing about your deck is, I assume you have like Thought Seizes.
Yeah,
and
if
stuff
I hit
like that
Thought
right?
Seize, yeah, then I'm kind of laughing.
And so any additional counter magic or discard is really good for
Yeah,
you.
but-
I mean, as it turns out, I have the Mystic Sanctuary that can buy back the
that
Scapeshift.
I'm
but,
not supposed to know, but yeah.
But also, I mean, that still is a huge setback, right? Like, I
Yep.
spend a whole turn putting it on top of my deck. It's sitting on top of my library. You have more time to find your counter magic. I don't know. I just felt like in your hand, the Reanimate was not exactly doing a lot. It's a very
Sure.
strong card. You don't want to spin on a Thunder Trap Trainer. But in this instance, it could be correct.
The dream was, I had it in my opener, was the Surveil land puts some big
course.
idiot into my
Of
graveyard.
course, yeah.
And then we're laughing. So a very popular line of play now, especially if you're in Rakdos, is the really powerful Lord of the Rings mountain cycling or swamp cycling
Yes,
creatures,
of
either
course.
the troll or whatever the
Oliphants, yeah.
the Oliphant, and then bringing them back on turn 1 or turn 2, and you're just so far ahead.
Yes, yes. Oh man, those cards so powerful. Like, talk about cards that people did not peg as the powerhouses they are.
Yeah,
Like, those cards
Lorien
you play in every
Revealed.
format.
Oh my god.
Lorien Revealed is crazy.
That card's gonna be around forever.
That card is wild too in that you land cycle it a lot, but also in a number of games you're just like, well,
Yeah.
now we're in the mid game. I'll draw 3 cards,
yeah,
and
why
it's
not?
like honestly pretty good. I play a lot of Pauper, and it's quite a Pauper card because turns out like you get your lands early, and then mid game you just reload up on cards, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
So powerful card, powerful card.
I just have to once again shout out how disappointed I was by Wan Shi Tong. I thought Wan Shi Tong on turn 2 against your deck was unbeatable. I was so looking forward to that. I had the Plume Creed if you tried to burn it or remove it for anything.
Right.
I'm like, I have the protection, I have counterspell backup, and then I see this Caracas, and my whole keep was built
Yeah.
around protecting this threat, presenting a clock, it getting bigger as you play fetch land after, cultivate. And you're probably not on cultivate, but you know what I mean. So
Yeah, bench removal they're going to cultivate in this deck. It's not be ridiculous. Very dry. I do think you have to shout out. I think a lot of people would have probably tried to hold the blue-red spell that draws 2 cards and discards a card to try and kill the Wan Shi Tong.
Sure.
And just firing it off there for drawing 2, discard 1 was the absolute correct call. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
this is a very weird keep, and I think I have to keep it. I'm on the play.
Well, regrettably, I have a very good hand with 0 lands.
Oh.
It's got
They always look the best, right?
It's got Jace,
Yeah.
It's got Remand, it's got Time Walk, a lot of really strong stuff, but there's not another land here to,
Yeah.
it's got Source of Iteration, not another land to go. So we're gonna send that one back.
I'm going to keep this one. I think this hand is actually quite strong. It's just a little bit awkward in its turn 1
That's fine.
and possibly turn 2.
You're on the play. You're on the play. You'll be fine. I mean, you want to talk about awkward turn 1s and 2s? I kept 2 tap lands last game, so doing
Yeah,
okay
yeah.
there.
All right.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. Wasteland's so strong, just in general. Talk about a card that has just revolutionized so many decks and ever since it came out back in Tempest.
There's been a period of time in the format where Wasteland was pointed as well,
Oh yeah.
because people found the mana denial to be too powerful. And then we're like, well, there's a lot of really broken lands in this format, and we need a way to sort of like keep those in check. So Wasteland is free, strip minus pointed.
It is certainly an annoying card. Certainly. Alrighty.
Yeah, there's a very strong emotional response to like not being able to play Magic, to having your land base taken out. But
Yes, absolutely.
I do think in Highlander at least there's a certain opt-in to being like, sometimes I'm just going to get dunked on.
All right. I'm going to put this card on the bottom of my library,
Okay.
and I am ready. Bring it on.
All right. So my turn 1, I have a Mox,
That's strong.
but my land is a drowned catacomb.
The awkwardness.
Yeah, and then my turn 1 play is going to be Tamio.
All right, that's not that bad of a turn 1.
It's not that bad, but it's a little bit awkward.
Yeah?
But it's all right.
Yeah, I'll trade with you. That sounds fine. It does tell me some information, right? I always like to tell people, think about what lands your opponents play, because they always play the lands they do for a reason.
Yeah.
And Drowned Catacomb tells me that you don't have an island or a swamp in your hand that you want to play, right? You need to play that on the first turn. So it does give me a little bit of information about your hand. I'll play out, I think I just want to play this tapped Triome here, and I'll pass back to you. Same tapped land as I had before.
We're going to start with some combat.
Yeah, that makes sense. You generate a clue token.
Yeah.
I'll take 0.
Please be sure that you do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have you seen my tokens?
No, I don't know.
So there's a...
No, actually, they're right there. I found them.
So thank you. There is a big fan of Minecraft, or pardon me, big fan of Magic over at the actual factual Mojang headquarters.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they got this is my buddy Mark Watson.
Yeah, I know Mark. He's awesome.
This is not an official collaboration, but these are actual Minecraft artists making these tokens, and he hooked me up at one of the conventions, and they're the prize of my collection. I love them so much.
Yeah, I know actually quite a few people on the Minecraft team that love Magic. They have an internal league and everything over there. So shout out to Minecraft. Thanks for being fans of Magic. I always call Magic like the game for game devs. Like, so many people in the game development industry play Magic the Gathering. I think that's awesome. So,
all right, I have...
Do you have another land? That's my question.
I do not.
All
That's why I was a little bit greedy. But I have 3 creatures that all enter and draw me a card.
Okay.
And I just don't know which one I want to play first.
You also just crack that clue. I'm just putting that out there.
That's it. I could also pass with mana up and try and get there. But I think making this land drop's important. And I think of the cards that I want to show you, I'm going to lead with the Baleful Strix.
Great choice. Perfect Magic card, Baleful Strix.
Yeah. Ooh.
He's just that good, folks.
Creeping Tar Pit, never didn't have it.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Just that good. I love Creeping Tar Pit. An all-time fave of mine for sure. Great card, great card. Okay, well.
Yeah.
That is annoying.
Just that I made the land drop?
Just all of it.
Okay.
Just
okay.
Every piece of the puzzle right there. Okay. Well, now this is interesting. So I've got kind of an interesting choice here for the viewers at home. I can either play a sorcery speed spell that will dig me a little further into my library, or I can hold up mana to try and maybe put a stop what Serge does next turn. I think I'm just going to hold up the mana. I don't want him continuing to draw through his deck. I kind of get the read that he's a little short on lands. I have a feeling about that.
What? No.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play this Verdant Catacombs. I can always go find a Surveil land if I need to, and I will just pass the turn over to you. Now that Tamio is going to be a big issue, because if you flip that early, you can just get so far ahead. Prismatic Vista, the man is cooking.
We're going to go to combat.
Yes, you are. I will take 1.
I'm going to make a second clue.
Yes, you are.
Time for my second card trick. 2 mana.
Yes.
I'm going to warp in a Quantum Wriggler.
Now, the Quantum Wriggler. This card, very, very, very strong.
Yeah.
Really good with those clues that are on the table. And I'm going to take this opportunity to sacrifice a Verdant Catacomb.
I'm going to respond.
Yes, I'm going to get stifled into the next century.
You're not going to get stifled. I have the Wan Shi Tong.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Wan Shi Tong makes a return appearance.
Yeah. So that you can see the shell of why I kept this hand.
It looks like a very strong keep.
All right.
So Wan Shi Tong will resolve.
Yeah, and then this is with Quantum Riddler on the stack, so I have to shuffle. Your search will resolve.
Yes.
I'd like to draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on Wan Shi Tong.
That will happen, unfortunately. And this is a matchup where my life total actually is going to be a little bit relevant, I think. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to get a shock land or not, which is just the normal forest. And I think it's just, honestly, a forest is going to be fine.
If Quantum Riddler resolves, that'll be my 3rd draw for the turn, and it will
definitely
resolve
is not
Tamio
going
flipping.
to.
Okay.
Or at least I hope it won't. I will cast Mana Leak on your Quantum Riddler. Now, maybe you have a free counter spell, in which case I'm going to be in very bad shape.
I do not. That'd been great, but I do not.
All right. Still, you're in an excellent position here, right?
Feeling okay.
Wan Shi Tong, Baleful Strix. Now, what I really want to find here on top of my deck, I do declare I do not have this right now. I would love any kind of 3-mana board sweeper, which I don't know if the deck plays. I would love just even a pinpoint removal spell, something like that, because that Wan Shi Tong and that Tamio are both really big problems that I need to get off the board. If that Tamio flips, it's going to be tough going for me. I will offer you, Serge, the opportunity to cut.
Yeah,
and
see what
and
we
choose
hit
your
there.
own
Yeah.
Destiny, you know?
There's an interesting question I have for you. Is you do tend to be fetching for basics a lot.
Yeah.
You want to talk about your thought process on that?
Yeah, so I mean, I mentioned this a moment ago, but basically, if my mana's going to be okay already, I'm looking at my handles giveaway.
Yeah.
I've got 2 more lands,
Sure.
and they are pretty good on my colors. This is a matchup where do you think my life total is going to matter? I think every point could really be relevant, especially coming down the home stretch to cast a Scapeshift. So I'm trying to protect my life total a little bit. Because looking at Serge's board, it doesn't look that scary, right? He's got a 0/3 that's basically never going to deal damage to me.
Yeah.
He's got this Wan Tong, which might grow a little bit, but it's currently just a 2/2, and it's Baleful Strix. But if we're fighting counter magic wars back and forth, I'm trying to like spy the time to sneak through something like a Scapeshift, that just hits me for 3 a turn, 3 a turn, 3 a turn, and suddenly I'm actually getting kind of low on life. So I'm trying to preserve my life total if I can. And so the question when I crack a fetch line is always, do I need the extra colors? And in the hand I have right now, I think I'm going to be fine. It's possible I could regret that,
Sure.
but I think it's going to be okay. So we're going to find out.
All right.
But I'm taking the risk anyway.
Yeah, pass back to you.
Taking
Neat.
the risk.
Yeah. Because it's definitely not from a point of view of like, oh, I didn't even consider that there's duels in this deck.
Right. I definitely know I can fetch for dual lands. That I do know.
Yeah.
Well, this is unfortunate. I do not have an answer to any of that stuff going on here. I have an option. I can play Preordain and try and dig deeper to find the option and have mana up, but I think I'm just going to go with my other half, my other play here, which is I'm going to play, I believe this is what I want to do. I'm going to play an untapped Steam Vents, which will already deal damage to me. Another reason why I was a little keen to not do this. And I'm going to cast Stock Up, which is a nice way to get some cards.
That's a very nice way to get some cards.
But one thing's kind of fascinating about these decks is there's kind of 2 ways that this can play out, right? We can both leave mana up and just try and pass back and forth and dance around each other and counter the right spells, or we can get into this kind of game state where you tapped out, now I'm going to tap out, and now your window's open to tap out, and we'll see how long I want to do this dance. So this will resolve.
Who has the bigger haymaker, right?
I will look at my top 5, and I will keep 2 of these cards. A really strong new card printed in Ether Drift last year.
Yeah, another mythic uncommon.
Yeah, for sure. Very, very strong. I'm going to keep 2 cards. I'm going to keep this card for sure. And some tough choices certainly all the way around. But I think I'm going to keep this card, and I think this card as well. So I'm going to keep this card and this card. These go in my hand. These will go safely on the bottom of my library in any order.
I had to look. I'm just impressed you know.
Oh, here's a fun fact for you. Little R&D fact. So you might be wondering when is it any order and when is it in a random order?
Yeah.
So the line we've drawn is that if it's possible the card will put 4 or more cards on the bottom of your library, it's in a random order. And if it is 3 or fewer cards, it can be in any order. I'm not saying we apply that here every time perfectly, but that's generally where we draw the lines today. So Stock will always put 3 cards on the bottom of your library, so any order is on the table.
That's fascinating.
Yep. Because we don't want it to be like memorizing the bottom of your library and limited. If it goes for a long time, it gets to be a problem. So if they're large stacks, Cascade is a classic example. I don't want you to have to think or even spend the time to do that. Right. But with 3 cards, any order is like a fine thing to do. So, yeah.
Thank you very much for that. That's actually super cool.
Fun little trivia.
All right, we're going to start with a Ponder.
Yes. Great 1 mana cantrip. Love those. That also put you ever closer to flipping Tamiyo. You crack one of those clues this turn or simply find a way to draw another card, you're in business.
Love all 3 of these cards. I'm going to draw.
Don't like that.
Oh.
Don't like that at all.
I have one of my favorite plays in all of Magic the Gathering.
Oh boy.
I'm going to go to attacks.
Yes, I'll take 0 + 3.
Oh, I regret to inform you, you will not be. Because what is my deck name?
The Ninjas.
It's Ninjas, and I've got the Fallen Shinobi.
Very good, very
I'm going to return the Baleful Strix to my hand.
Great choice.
Yeah.
So I'll be taking 4
7
more.
damage total.
Yep, that's why once again, preserving your life total matters a lot here. Now you get to exile my top card.
Yeah, when Fallen Shinobi deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top 2 until the end of my turn. I may play those for free.
Let's see what you got. You've got Up the Beanstalk,
Woohoo!
got some beans, and a land. So,
okay.
Yeah, still a free Beanstalk, no complaints.
Yeah, we're going to cast Beans.
Yep.
Draw trigger.
Yep. That's going to be your 2nd draw for the turn?
Yeah, and I don't
No,
have...
that's your 3rd draw.
No, it is my 3rd. Yeah, I did Ponder. Yeah. All right, Tamiyo's going to flip.
Tamiyo will transform. It's no longer attacking me for 0. It's moved on to bigger and better things.
All right. And we're just going to go ahead and +2 her right now.
Yep.
And pass.
So I just going to double check all the modes here. Yeah, creature gets smaller. Bring back instant sorcery. That's the one I got to watch out for. All right.
Yeah. I mean, currently I only have Ponder in my graveyard.
And you do control a green card right now, hilariously, because of the Up the Beanstalk, so you get a mana off of that. Is that right?
Do I? If it's a green card,
if it's a green card.
add a mana of any color. Yeah.
All right, but then you are done after that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I really don't like my position right now. We have some real work to do here.
Can you imagine if I hit a time walk?
I would like to not imagine that. I'm not so interested in the imagining.
Valid.
Okay, well, this is bad. This is definitely not where I want to be. I will start, I think, with this, which is at least something good. We're going to start with a preordain.
All right, I need you to hold there.
I'm holding.
Because now I have the interesting choice. I have a mental misstep.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And the question is, do I hold it for a spot removal? But it'd just be bolt, so I'm not too worried about my board right here. I think this is the best thing to fire off.
It sounds like a great time to fire it off.
Yeah. But there is a consideration of like, what else am I playing around? What else do I lose to?
Right.
Maybe I'm worried about crop rotation for Krakus or something. But again, my biggest threat right now is the Fallen Shinobi. So I think I just hit your preordain.
And it's also the point in the game where it's like, you just want to try and keep hitting me. I'm at 10 life. You want to hit me again with Fallen Shinobi, right?
Yeah,
if you untap on this board, you are golden.
Yeah,
So,
and if you're digging for an answer, that means that mental missteps at a premium.
all right, well, I hope you like drawing cards. I want to play this Wooded Foothills.
I do love drawing cards.
And I am going to pay 2. I think you like this one a little less. I will cast Time Walk.
Oh, I do like that last. Well, mental misstep doesn't hit that anyways. Resolves.
All right, Time Walk resolves.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this opportunity to sack Wooded Foothills, regrettably.
Yeah.
You will draw a card.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do a little play you did previously. I will find a Surveil land and get a bit of extra card selection here. I think I want the green-blue Surveil land. The Heckin' Labyrinth will make its dramatic return. Right, the red in this deck is pretty minor, so I don't need a lot of it. It's mostly just for, the combo.
Yeah.
So go find the Heckin' Labyrinth and
I
Surveil
think you're pretty happy if you have like one red source in play.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how much double red you need.
Exactly. So I have the 2 red. I'm happy there, and I'm gonna mostly try and land with green blue. So what I really want to find here, if I can find like a Time Walk on top of my deck, a Time Warp or a Temporal Mastery.
Yep.
Right now with my hand, I have a bunch of 6-drops, so I really need to speed ahead of the turn.
God, if you could like.
All right, so I'm gonna Surveil one.
You know how Pod can go from like 2 to 3 to 4? If you could do that, but with time walks.
Yeah. All right, I will put this counterspell in my graveyard. That's not really what I'm looking for right now. And I will go ahead and I will untap. Take my second turn. Draw my card, Temporal Mastery. No. All right. I've drawn a card. Well, I have something that's good in general, but unfortunately not very good on the current game state. But I think I just have to go for it and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Scourge of Standard at one point, Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting choice I have here. So I can play Jace. I have kind of 2 options. My first choice is I can brainstorm. I get to brainstorm, I get to find maybe some more answers in my deck, and I get to set up the top 2 cards of my library. So if that Fallen Shinobi hits me, it's going to hit nothing, basically.
Yeah, but then you go to 1.
And I go to 1, which is not my favorite, but it's not my favorite spot to be in. There's also a bit of a weird mind game that could happen, where I put 2 cards on top of my library. If you want to kill Jace, it's possible that Fallen Shinobi attacks Jace, and my top 2 cards are bad, right?
Sure.
So that is a weird thing that could happen.
Sure.
If I do this, I would go to 1 life, which is not ideal, probably.
Yeah, sure. It turns off fetches. It's very hard for you to advance your board state, right?
The other option is I minus Jace to bounce a creature, and I bounce the Fallen Shinobi.
Yeah.
If I go under that state, what's going to happen is you're going to attack with Wan Shi Tong, you're going to ninjutsu in the Fallen Shinobi. Probably. You might do that. It's possible you have other cards in your hand you want to cast. Maybe you don't Fallen Shinobi, but it's a pretty good move. If you ninjutsu in the Fallen Shinobi attacking Jace, that's fine. Jace goes away and you don't get any cards. If you hit me with Fallen Shinobi, I'm going to drop the 4. You'll get your top 2 cards and get in a really commanding position. Plus, you will still have Wan Shi Tong up that you can cast. The other option it gives you is you can just attack Wan Shi Tong into Jace. That just happens. And you can go about your turn, leave counter magic up. You can return stuff with Tamio. It's like bad news. So neither of them are great. We're going to start there. Neither of them is very good.
Yeah. You were behind, right? Yeah.
I am quite behind. But I actually do believe that they're both choices that you could walk down. And the question that I always ask myself in a situation like this, which play is most likely to lead to me winning the game?
Yeah.
Not losing.
Sure.
A lot of people I think are like, I'm going to make the play that makes me not lose right now.
Sure.
But that does not always mean what's going to help me win the game. The play that makes it so I lose slower is bouncing this, right?
Sure.
It means that you have to take your turn off to replay it. Maybe you kill Jace, maybe you hit me, whatever. And I will probably live another turn if I go down that path on average. However, it's still no matter what way you slice it, it puts me in a really bad position.
Sure.
Because either you're casting my top 2 cards, again, your board is reset, I have Jace, but I'm not going to be able to get there. And I know my deck can win if I just get to turn 7, if I can buy a little bit of time.
Sure.
And to do that, I'm going to need to find some answers. So I actually think the option here is to risk going down to 1 life. I'm going to choose to brainstorm with
this.
Jace the Mind.
Sure. Yeah, great
There are also
rationale.
a few cards I could draw right now that are huge. If I found Caracas, for example, that would be a really large draw for me.
You haven't played a land for the turn?
I've not played a land for the turn,
right.
so there are some options I can draw. I think that this makes me survive longer on average, but actually gives me a higher chance of winning the game. In the scenarios from this point where I can win the game,
Yeah.
which I think I'm far behind. I think I am under 5% to win this game. I have to draw kind of well. Let's try Jace and see what happens.
I love this.
Let's give
I
it a
love
try.
this rationale. I
1,
love this insight.
2, 3. I drew 3 cards. And I will now put 2 cards back on top of my library. Interesting. I think the 2 cards I'm going to put back on top. Sorry, tell me, is this Growth Spiral?
No, that's the 2 mana instant return a card from your graveyard from dragons. It's called like Oral.
Right,
It's Auroral Procession.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. I was like, I don't think that's okay. All right, I'm going to put 2 cards back on top of my library. I think the 2 cards I'm going to put back on top are going to be this card and this card. And then I will go ahead and I will play a land for my
It's not Caracas.
It's not Caracas, unfortunately. And I am going to pass from here.
All right.
And it's possible I will lose this turn. You can deal a damage to me. You can get in a commanding position. All that is possible. But I think this gives me the best chance of actually winning the game.
We're going to attack you.
All right, attack me. So Jace will stay up, so that's something.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take 8.
I got bad news. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
8.
ninja.
I have another ninja. I have Sakashima's
Okay.
student.
Well, that'll do it.
Which
That'll
is
do
going to enter as a copy of Fallen Shinobi.
That'll definitely take me down.
Yeah.
That is lethal as it turns
Another
out.
ninja.
Yep.
So no. Which was the one that you were sad? No Ninja of the Deep Shadow?
No Ninja Deep Hours.
Of the Deep Hours,
The
but
classic.
I do have some bangers.
You do have some bangers. Bangers have been called. Yes. So I was probably like in a quite a poor position either
Sure.
way, but I still feel good about my line there. And as it turns out, actually, like if I get to, let's imagine that you do that.
You go to 1, yeah.
I go to 1. My top 2 cards are both whiffs for you.
Sure.
If I untap there, and let's say you don't have a counterspell, which maybe you did, I don't
Sure.
know. But if you don't have a counterspell, I'm actually in a decent spot. I can regrow my Time Walk.
Yep.
I can cast it. I can get up to 6 mana, and then I have both on top of my deck, right under I checked, I had the 1 mana 1/1 flying Ice Fang Quaddle.
Yeah.
Which can just do some blocking.
Yep.
I had 6 mana Chandra, which can kill off 2 creatures.
Yeah.
So like maybe that's how you
Sure.
do that for a turn. You end up drawing Scapeshift and you kill somebody. Like
Yeah.
I said, bad spot either way, but I think it actually gave me the best shot of winning the game.
There's a certain player that does those odd stuff like that, and I've never been that type of person. Like, okay, where am I? What is my percentage to win right now? What is my percentage chance of winning this? And yeah, I'd love your differentiation between this is a play that wins me the game versus this is a play that keeps me from losing the game.
Absolutely.
And that's fascinating.
There's a lot of ways to stay in the game for a lot longer.
Yeah.
But you have to go for the play that helps you actually win the game. Because at the end of the day, it's what you're trying to do. And
Yeah.
sometimes surviving longer will help you win the game.
Sure.
But not always. Not always. Sometimes you got to take the play that gives you now.
Yeah.
This comes up a lot. I think I love limited Magic. I love drafting because to me it boils Magic's down to its essentials, right? It just really feels like essential core gameplay. And in draft, there's a situation that comes up a lot where you get ahead early, and then your opponent like kills a couple of your creatures and starts stabilizing a little bit, and like they're at 5 life or 6 life, and you have a few creatures, and the only attack you have is like a bad one. You're gonna attack, they're gonna like block with 2 of their creatures, you're gonna get 2 damage, and your stuff's gonna die. I think a lot of players in that situation like automatically hold back their creatures. Like, well, I'm not just gonna run my creatures into theirs. Mine are gonna die. But if you think about the game, a lot of the time in these situations, you actually need to attack because it's only going to get worse for you. They're going to keep playing their big threats. They have a grip full of cards. They're holding removal spells. They're holding like extra big creatures. If you let them, if you don't attack and press the advantage in this point, you will actually not have a chance to win. What you have to do is imagine you're a red deck in this case, which you often are, is you have to attack, get them down to 3 or 4, and then just hope you draw like your burn spell to finish them off. Because even though it looks like a really bad play, your only way of winning at this point is usually like hope they don't have a way to gain life, chop them down to 3 life, hope you draw your burn spell.
Somehow
right?
go over the top. Yeah, this thought of like attrition is really tough, right? Like you're like, I'm attritioning my own resources at a rate that's slower, but that's actually like the correct play.
There is this old article, like it's interesting, these days not a lot of Magic articles being read or talked about, but that's what I grew up on, was like a disciple of the articles. And there's an article called The Philosophy of Fire. Are you familiar with this?
No, I'm not.
The Philosophy of Fire is basically an aggro article, I think written by Zvi Maushowitz, where Zvi talks about how your goal in a red deck is to have every card translate into 2 damage.
Sure.
If you can have every card translate into 2 damage, you will win the game.
I've heard the fallout of that, right? That philosophy.
Right, and so a lot of times how I'm thinking when I'm playing aggressive deck, I need every card to translate into 2 damage now. And obviously you're going to have lands, so they're not translating into 2 damage. So how can I make my other cards translate into more than 2 damage? And at some point you're just like, all right, this creature, doesn't matter that it's on the table anymore, I just need to translate this card into 2 more damage.
It did its job, it's fine.
Exactly. All right, I will play for our epic third game. Here we go, Serge.
Good luck, friend.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun.
This has been a good series.
Canadian Highlander rules. All right.
Yeah. Another convert?
Well, it doesn't take a lot to convert me, okay?
So, I believe in the old rules, this is a free mulligan if it's
That's
7
true. That is true. There was a time and place.
That is so unlikely. So unfortunately, no free mulligan, even though I had 7 lands.
Yeah. Now, it used to be in Magic, if you had 7 or 6 lands in your hand, or 0 or 1 lands in your hand, you got just a free mulligan.
Okay.
And everything else was a mandatory keep. You could not mulligan.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of hands you were forced keep that were atrocious. Which have come a long way. I think the current mulligan is really good. I really like it. The card on bottom. It has like a couple weird incentives that can happen where like, you put your combo piece on the bottom of your library and it's like going to be hard for you to find, or some television stuff, whatever. But in general, I think it's quite good. And especially for limited. I think it's improved in limited a great deal. So it does make combo decks a little better because you just get more looks at 7 cards, right? But on the whole, I like it.
All right. Come on, 6.
Well, that's a quizzical looking face.
All of my lands are 1 color.
Okay. Well, that's what the draw step's for. No problem. You draw a new card every turn.
But we draw a new card every turn. I don't think I can keep this. Do I keep this? Is there any world that I keep this? No, because the disruption is devastating. So I'm going to mold this, but I want to show it.
Yeah, it's good discussion.
So I had Boggart Trawler, Fell the Profane, Swamp,
Okay.
Unearth.
Okay.
And then a Ponder and a Eureka.
Oh, yeah, that is no good.
Right.
The thing is about this hand, if you draw an island, your hand is
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it still depends a lot on the Ponder.
Yeah.
There's this rule that someone wrote about once that I've always liked, and it's obviously just rule of thumb. Don't take it every single time.
Sure.
But I think Jim Davis is who I think said this, but it might have been someone else. It was, when you look at your hand and you're evaluating your mulliganing, the question he asks is, how many things do I need for this hand to go right?
Sure.
And if it's 1 thing, I can keep the hand. Okay. And if it requires 2 or more things, I should mulligan. So looking at that hand, it's like, okay, you need the island for sure for your hand to work.
Yeah.
But then even if you do draw the island, you need like a lot of things to go right for it to be a good hand.
Pressure. The Boggart Trawler is interesting. But it's very reactive. I want to wait for you to play your time lock.
Well, and you don't really want to play a hard cast of Boggart Trawler. You don't have to, right? I think, especially we were talking about how generous the new mulligan rule is. I think it's actually going to be fine, right? There's a lot of cards you can find there that can get your tempo
back.
On
the draw.
You're on the draw,
right?
If you find like a Thoughtseize to disrupt me or something, which I presume you're playing Thoughtseize.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them yet, but they're in here.
I'd be like, you got to have, how many, are you playing Thoughtseize, you're playing Inquisition as well? How many discard spells?
And Duress. There's the 3. And then there's
the big 3.
Well, a lot of people have been actually moving away from Duress in the format and playing. It's from Phyrexia. It's like a Thoughts of Steel and Iron.
Yes. Dreams of Steel and Oil.
Because the format is so creature-based that Duress whiffs so often, and at least with that other card, hitting artifacts, because you can hit Moxen and stuff, is big.
For sure. Yeah, Dreams of Steel and Oil also Dreams of Steel and Oil also exiles a card from their graveyard too, which is really nice.
Yes. Yeah. All right. I'm going to keep this 5.
All right.
It's not great.
All right.
But it's better than a 4. It's so much better than a 4. So I will pass to you. I can't think of a 4 that would be better than this, so.
All right, well, I will keep my 7 luxurious cards I found myself, and I'll play a Tropical Island and pass the turn.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
It's pretty nice.
I do have a Underground Sea into a Deathrite Shaman.
That's strong.
So, again, this is why I'm like, this is the heart of my hand, the heart of my keep. I'll pass to you.
That is a fine opening. I will draw my card, and I will do something we have not seen at all yet. Well, hopefully this works. We're going to find out, I guess. I am going to play a land, And then I'm going to try and actually ramp, which is a thing this deck has not done at all in any of
I
these
haven't
games.
seen it at all. I'm
I'm going to play Planar Genesis.
Sure.
So I look at my top 4 cards, and I either put one into my hand or a land from them onto the battlefield.
Oh, cool.
So maybe I won't find a land, though. We're going to find out. All right, we did indeed find a land. I think that's what we're going to want.
I think you're at like 38 or something. Like the odds are in your favor. And it's a surveil?
And it's a surveil land.
Oh, my God.
So I'll put these cards on the bottom of my library.
What's it like
Now,
having
this
it
one
all?
is weird. It says on the bottom in a random order. I guess it's because you could miss sometimes or something. No, you can't. Probably should have been in any order. Anyway, do that. Thundering Falls comes in. I will surveil 1 card. Gavin, survey says... it is interesting. Putting a card in the graveyard lets you death write it. I care less about this one, though. If you want to take the time to eat this, I think that's okay. I think I'd rather hold on this. So I'll put Chandra Hope's Beacon into the graveyard.
Yeah.
Try and find some other action.
I don't really get to eat that, so.
Pass the turn, yeah. It is not an instant or sorcery or a creature, so, or a land. All right, Marsh Flats. Well, there's your fetch land for your Deathrite Shaman. Very good.
I don't have much I'm ramping into, so I'll pass to you.
All right, untap and draw a card. All right, well, I am going to play a fetch land of my own and keep fueling your boy over here. And then I am simply just going to pass the turn.
I'm going to crack this.
I'm going to respond to you cracking that. I believe what I'm going to respond with is a card you know and love. I will cast Wan Shi-Tong.
No!
It seemed good for
No!
you. It seemed good for you, so...
Oh, yeah, that's going to resolve. Oh, this
All
is
right.
terrible news.
Wan Shi-Tong resolves. Your fetch land will happily resolve. I will put a counter on this and draw a magic card.
I mean, yeah, happily is a fascinating word right now. We're going to hit an Undercity Sewers here.
There we go, a little
We're going to try and
surveil.
dig. God,
Surveil action.
how do I kill a 2/2?
I'm sure you got ways. Also, it can block critically, right? So you can't like try and get me with a ninja too easily. There's some cool stuff.
God, I hate this so much.
It looked really good when you were doing it. I just gotta say, it looked really good. So
When I kept, I was like, finally a game without Wan Shi-Tong will give the viewers something different.
nah, I drew this too, which is the crazy part. This is
This is only the second creature we've seen you play. You didn't even play the first one. Game 1, it was just in your graveyard.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right?
Scapeshift decks not known for their creatures,
Yeah.
which I think goes to show just how strong Wan Shi-Tong is.
Sure.
Right? There's so many shuffle
Yep.
effects in this
Yep.
format.
Yep. Yep. All right. Surveil trigger. Oh.
Ooh, a spicy
I'm
meatball.
going to put Opposition Agent in my graveyard.
Okay.
And
Another
then-
card that punishes searching.
Still part of your end step. I'm going to eat your sorcery.
Yes,
to do
and I will
2
take 2
to you.
damage.
So we have 18 to 19.
All right.
Untap, untap. Draw for the turn. Fascinating. I have a Drowned Catacombs.
Yes, enters untapped.
I would like to reanimate the Opposition Agent.
Oh, that's fascinating. So if you ran the opposition agent, when I search, we will both have our anti-search cards on the battlefield. Opposition agent, very good, notably, against Scapeshift strategies.
yeah.
Well, I suppose I should definitely crack this in response, shouldn't I?
And then I get to flash in my Wan Shi-Tong.
I mean, look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. That's a very interesting maneuver, the opposition agent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Basically, I'm trying to decide if I want to spend a counter spell on this for all the viewers at home. Serge will play as Zoya. He doesn't know this, but I'm right because if that sticks, that's really bad. But I have to believe my deck has removal spells. I'm in like a pretty comfy position with the cards in my hand, so I think I am just going to respond by sacrificing the Scalding Tarn.
That's going to resolve.
Yeah, and I will go ahead and find a land. But it is really good against my deck, right? I've got a lot of fetches. I've got a lot of stuff it's a powerful thing to find. And I think what we're going to find here is we're going to probably run the same trick that you ran over there and find a little surveil land just to get a little bit of action happening. Now, there is one other thing I could maybe do instead if I wanted. And actually, I might choose to do that. And I'll explain why I'm doing it all in good time here. So I'm going to crack this, and I'm going to find. I guess I want I already have my tropical island, so I can't get that one. I guess I will get a volcanic island probably then. So I have an interesting choice. Right? I either get a surveil land, which is the safe safe choice. Surveil land lets me, mill my top card, or if I check it out a little bit. Gives me a little bit extra card flow. And I think this game is going to go a little on the longer side, based on what I'm seeing here. I'm going to have to find what answer to the opposition agent. But I'm going to run something out now that I think, given the structure of my hand, makes sense, and the structure of the fact that I'm not going to be able to do a lot of shuffling going forward. So I think I actually do want to play this right now, given what I know what I have. You can go ahead.
I'm really curious what you have now.
Yeah, it's a thing I made fun of earlier. I'm going to cast a Brainstorm in response.
Oh, okay. So Reanimate is still on the stack.
Reanimate is still on the stack. I'm brainstorming.
Sure.
It's possible to find an answer to your opposition agent,
Sure.
but it's also possible that so I've got stock up in my hand, so I can still cast this turn, stock up next turn, which might be able to get me somewhere. Okay. Here's my hand, and I gotta say, I like what I'm seeing here.
It's bad for me.
It is bad for you. And I think I just want to try and remain in control here. So I'm gonna take this card and put them both on top of my library in this order. I think I want to put them on top in this order. Brainstorm, always tricky. All right, and I will say that resolves. So you take 3.
Yep.
Shows up.
Great. I pass.
All right. I will untap, and I will draw a card. Start there. I am now going to attack you with Wan Shi Tong.
I'd like to, before blockers, flash in a Plume Creed Escort.
Oh, interesting. The old blocking mechanic, eh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Alrighty. Plume Creed Escort will resolve.
I'd like to give opposition agent hexproof.
That will resolve as well.
I'd like to move to blockers.
You may block. All right. They're going to trade off.
Yep.
Very nice use of that. How many cards are left in your hand at this point?
2.
2, right. So that is one thing I have to be a little noticeable of. Okay. I'm going to take this opportunity.
I'm basically tapped out now.
Right, you're basically tapped.
I've got Death Right, but
you've got Death Right, which is your position's pretty good. I got to say, you have a lot of good stuff going on there. Interesting. You have 2 cards in your hand. You have Death Right, Shaman, Opposition Agent. So right now I'm really trying to just attrition a little bit because I think I'm going to win a longer game. I've got a lot of cards in my hand that can do some pretty cool stuff. I think this is what we're going to try and do here. I'm going to pay 2. I'm just going to try and get ahead on resources and then really command those resources next turn. So I think I do want to do this. I'm going to cast Explore.
play another land, draw another card?
Correct.
Yep.
And I will, actually it's play 2 lands and draw another card. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
That's a cut there for everyone.
That's the German one?
I'll draw this, which is the card I put back with
Brainstorm.
This card I put back with Brainstorm, and I decided after seeing that play that I would prefer to leave that on top. I'm going to play a Commercial District for my first land for the turn.
Nice.
Ooh, interesting. Do I want that card? I think the answer is going to be, it's kind of bad against specifically Deathrite Shaman. The card is Jace.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Fuel your graveyard, and I eat everything in response.
Right, or I try and use the Snapcaster mode, right? And you just all right, eat your thing. So I think I actually do not want that against you.
Okay.
My other land I'm going to play for the turn is one that is extremely powerful. It is Field of the Dead, which is often what you might want to save a wasteland or similar for. I'm going to pass the turn over to you.
Yeah, that is a problem, because you already have, it'll be
I have
live
6
with your
lands
next
with different names, so
Yeah.
my next land will start making 2/2s, which one of the big things you want to try and do right now is just put pressure on, erase me, right? You're in the position where you need to put pressure on me, and so making free 2/2s is a good spot for me to be in.
I hate this for me. Polluted Delta, I'm going to hit you for 3,
All right, I go down to 14.
and then I'll pass.
Okay. I will untap.
Maybe the lands deck doesn't hit another land here, and I never have to worry about
It's always
2/2s.
possible. It's always possible. I'm going to make the odds of me hitting a land even higher. I will cast Stock Up.
Yeah.
Does that resolve?
Sadly, yes.
All right, I'll look at my top 5, and I will keep 2 of them. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep... Ooh, lots of cool stuff here. I think I will choose to keep this card and this card. Put put these on the bottom of my library. In any order. Just to be clear. I am going to, you have 2 cards in your grip. I'm going to do something a little unorthodox against your opposition agent. I'm going to play a fetch land.
Interesting. You get a, oh, check the stack somewhere in
It's
there.
a zombie! They come in tapped, true, right?
With Field of the Dead?
No, untapped.
Yeah.
Even better.
I mean, depending who you are.
Yeah, sure, sure. So that's something cool. And then I think I'm happy to just pass the turn. I'm in no rush.
End step, I'd like to eat your stock up. Actually, I'm going to eat your brainstorm.
Eat my brainstorm.
I think you're more likely to want to
deal 2
flash
damage
that
to
one
me.
back. Yeah.
All right, I go to 12.
All right. I only have the 1 fetch land. There's a world in which I play a green surveil off of Deathrite to get more value, but I am on Harbinger of the Seas.
So you need to be able to get the blue.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense.
So I actually don't know what I fetch for here, but I do want to fill. Maybe I'm supposed to not fetch in case I draw Brainstorm.
You're right. Yeah, that could be huge too, right? It's like you do have another surveil land, you said,
Yeah.
right?
No, I do
no,
not.
you don't.
That's
You don't
the
have another
thing.
surveil
I just
land.
have the one.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, that's a good reason why not.
This is very interesting. Do I tap out here? I think I do. I'm going to crack this for a swamp.
All right, go in to find a swamp.
You have how many cards in hand?
I have 5 cards in my hand.
Oh, God.
Something big is coming.
I hope not.
Well, you're about to say you're going to tap out. It sounds like something big is coming. Right, so now really like the position we're in now is I'm definitely going to win the long game. Like I've got Field of the Dead.
Yeah.
I'm very well set up to win the long game. I don't even need Scapeshift, right? Field of the Dead will do it on its own. So you need to chop in for damage. This is a great way to deal 2 distance damage every turn.
Yeah.
And what else can you add to the board? Some flyers or similar
Yeah.
that might do some good work.
I've decided actually I'm not going to tap out this turn.
Okay.
Because I can do everything on your turn.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's
Why
probably better.
bother?
Well, the thought was I can be a little bit more proactive with it, but I think in hindsight that's just bad.
Okay.
So I'll just pass.
You're going to pass.
Yeah.
You have 4 mana untapped.
Yeah.
All
Sorry for the old swapperoo.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
You got, that's okay. I'm going to try for a little end step
Sure.
spell. We'll see if I live to regret any of this, but I'm just going to try something very straightforward. I'm going to try spending 3 mana to deal 5 damage to your opposition agent with Flame of Anor.
I really like my oppo agent, pardon me. So I do have a counterspell.
Great.
And I didn't do it on the stock up because I figured this is how I win. So I'm just going to cast Force of Negation.
Just do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll resolve.
Yeah. And I'm curious if maybe I was supposed to, because I had mana up for the stock up, and then I knew you had the Field of the Dead, but I opted to be like, I think I just need to protect this. And then maybe I have an out. I don't know. Go to you.
Interesting. Well, I don't know what else you have in your hand.
Do you have another big
Well,
haymaker here?
that was kind of a bait, I got to tell you. That was kind of some bait, and you did fall for it. I'm going to play a snow-covered forest. Sadly, I drew 2 snow-covered forests, so I've got some feedback for you, Ben. But I think this play is going to make up for it. I'll tap 5 mana, and I will cast the card that I really wanted to resolve, Fury.
Well, Force of Negation doesn't hit that anyway.
I know that doesn't, but I didn't know you had Force of Negation.
Sure,
right?
sure.
This is a card I really want to resolve. Because if this resolves, I will kill both your creatures.
And I'll be very sad. I'd like to. Do you have a fetch line in your graveyard?
I do.
I'd like to eat it.
It's eaten.
For a blue, and then I'd like to pay another blue. And I've got Consult the Star Charts.
So you'll look at the top 2 cards of your library?
Look at the top X cards of your library. X is
next
the number
4
of
cards.
lands you control. Put one of them into your hand. If it was kicked, put 2 into your hand instead.
All right. Let's take a little impulse for you. See, maybe you find a free counterspell.
I regret to inform you I did not find a free counterspell.
Well, that's unfortunate for you.
We're going to be very sad here. A random order. It could be more than 3.
Yeah, more than 3.
Fury is just so rude, Gavin.
Right. And now, the reason why I was so excited about hardcasting this, I could have played for free last turn, but the 3/3 double striker is honestly going to help end this game in pretty short order if you don't have anything. So kind of turns the tempo back in my favor. All right. Keep that. Get those guys out of there.
Yep.
We will then send in with my 2/2 zombie.
Yep. 13.
And then I think I've learned a lot about the card Wan Shi Tong. I am very tempted to just crack this fetch land on my turn, but honestly, if you have Wan Shi Tong, I'm not even that worried about
Not
it.
even
So
that mad.
I'm just going to go ahead and pass.
And you have how many cards in
I
hand?
have 3 cards in my hand.
If you have a counterspell, I'm very sad. I drew a land and it's tapped, which is kind of a tragedy. What do I do here?
All right, so now the question that Serge has to ask himself is how can he get out of this situation?
Yeah.
Because,
I'm looking down 8. I'm looking down 10 damage, because if you crack end step, that makes a zombie.
right, and right, I got 3 cards in my hand. I'm going to keep making zombies. So the question you must now ask yourself is how can you win this game?
Yeah.
And to figure out the best line that can put you in a position to win the game.
Yeah. And then also, do you have a counterspell?
Right. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, I think you just have to find your best line to just
Yeah.
win and take it. Because
Yeah.
if I have a counterspell, I probably beat you in every universe,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
So you have to. It's almost like you have to pretend I don't have a counterspell. Because if I have one, I think you're probably cooked.
I have the. So I have a Quantum Rizzler in hand.
All right, that's solid.
And I have one of 2 modes. I can bolt myself to have it enter untapped, in which case I get to draw 2 cards because I'll have 1 card in hand, and I have a 4/6 which trades with your Fury.
Yeah.
Which is not bad. Or I can not bolt myself and then maybe try and draw a 2nd card off the 2, and then play an play tapped land. Neither of which is great. It's not a great situation to be in, but I think I go for the line where I have a 4/6 in play at the end of the turn. So I have the sink into super backside.
So strong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually curious. What is the wording on Scapeshift? Do you sacrifice lands as part of the cost or as part of resolution?
Resolution.
On resolution? Okay,
Yeah,
so
you-
I don't
you-
get to
yeah,
get
you can't destroy me with
no,
that,
no,
yeah.
no. But I was looking. If you had Forcible for the reanimate, I was actually thinking of returning reanimate to my hand and recasting it. If you were going to
Got
force
it.
it that turn. Anyways, I take 3.
Yep.
I cast a Quantum Riddler.
A hard cast.
Hard cast
I
Quantum
do
Riddler.
have a
1 card in hand.
response. I will remand.
And then I am exactly mathematically dead.
Right, I have you. I will sack. I do have lands in my deck that's confined.
Yeah.
And I should get you from there.
My friend,
Good game.
thank you very much.
Good game.
Good game. The mold of 5 was a heartbreaker for game 3.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
always
yeah.
tough. So what was interesting on my end, I mean, is I've had this Force of Will in my hand since the beginning, basically.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out when and if to cast it. And I thought for a long time on the reanimate, right? The reanimate was the moment I thought
sure.
I could force. But
The brothers at hand.
I just drew this.
Oh, okay,
this was
okay,
as I drew off the remands. This was not really a consideration.
Yeah.
These are the ones in my hand. I mean, this is obviously if you don't know, this is capture things out. It's going to give me an extra turn. It's a time warp. But this was interesting. I could have hit your reanimate, but just looking at my hand, I'm like, if all you have is opposition agent and Deathrite Shaman, I think I'll be okay to cover that by time, and I need this to stop whatever your real hammer is against me.
Yeah.
Because I can beat an opposition agent. I feel good about that, especially with Field of the Dead in my hand. So I held on to this, and I don't know if it was right or wrong, but I felt so in control that whole game. Like, yeah, you had 2 cards that were strong against me, but I knew I was able to counter whatever you had, and I could, stick this or what the
Your long game is so much stronger. This is my 5.
Yeah.
It's
Not the hotness.
it's not great. It's like and I had 2 other lands. So I bought him.
But honestly, as far as 5s go,
Yeah.
that's,
it's fine. Like you try and high roll off the surveil duels on there, just see if something ends up. If I end up playing a creature and it gets countered, it was okay. And then this was the other cards that we saw.
Yeah.
I mean,
you drew pretty well, all things considered, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the Sing into Stupor was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, Gavin, thank you so much.
Yeah.
This was an absolute delight. Congratulations on you piloted this so well.
I had a lot of fun playing. I think one of the other reasons why I enjoy playing decks not knowing them is it feels very satisfying to learn about them as you play, and then hopefully win with a deck you've never played before, which I got to do today, which is really fun. So, of course, I've played a lot of Scapeshift in my time.
Sure. I also thought it was funny that I was like, you probably don't need double red, and we see 2 double red.
Yeah, that's true. Well, turns out it ends up being relevant, but the mana base worked out pretty well. Other than the second snow-covered forest, unbelievable.
Yeah, you think that should be a regular force?
Well, my guess is there's normal ones in the deck, right?
Yeah. Well, it might be for the Ice Fang Quaddle.
Could be. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
just go
It's like Field of the Dead versus Ice Fang Quaddle. The thing is, with a fetch land, you'll basically always be able to get a duel. So maybe it is all for Ice Fang Quaddle. That's true.
Yeah. All right. People are looking to find you online. If you want to plug your stuff.
Yes, if you want to come find me, you can find me on Good Morning Magic. It's my YouTube channel where I talk about magic design several days a week and open packs, I guess, these days. And I also you can find me on social media at Gavin Verhey. That's my name. If it's on social media and
Sure.
it's not some weird imposter, it's probably me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, that is going to do it for today's episode of North 100 Showdown. Thank you very much to our special guest, Gavin.
That was great being here. I had an absolute blast playing.
Thank you very much to our tech Ben.
And I had a blast watching.
And thank you very much to you for watching. A reminder that everything we do is brought to you by you with your support of the Patreon, patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Also check out our sponsors, Card Kingdom and Dragon Shield. They're great. You can find all the information in the linkies down below. Tell us what you thought. Thank you so much for watching. Hit us up in the description down below, the comments down below. You're great, you're beautiful, and we will see you next time. So I sit down, he's like, you play Highlander? I'm like, yeah, I play Highlander. He's like, great. And we both just start playing. Our decks are almost identical. Like 90 of the 100 are the same cards. He's on this like 4-color mono green land stompy. I'm on 4-color mono green land stompy. Yeah, I was like, what are the chances? And then it's really funny because I'm like, so how'd you get into the format? He's like, oh, I did, because I have no idea who he is. And he's like, I got some coworkers that I play with. I just sort of picked it up. I'm really getting into it. I'm like, that's great. And he's like, how did you get into the format? I'm like, that's
interesting you should ask, actually. Yeah, let me tell you a long story.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Canadian Highlander.
Yeah, they call me Mr. Highlander.
Yeah.
Canadian, please. Highlander is my father's name.